Right. Name, Tom Duggan, born in Slady Road in Carlow in 1938. One of a family of 13. I went to the UK in the 50s and worked in the first job I had was in a warehouse, and then I worked for Masons, the delivery people. After that I got me call up from the National Service, which was compulsory then. I had to do, it was compulsory, which was 2 years. And so rather than just 2 years, the pay then was for a soldier for National Service was 15 shillings a week, which is equivalent to 75 pence. And you had your barrack room charge, so I decided I'd sign on for it. So I signed on for 6 years. Did me service in the Warwickshire, in Royal Warwickshire. Remember the 1st Battalion Royal Warwickshire Regiment. I was stationed there for about 3-4 months. I moved from there to the Forester Brigade Depot in Nottingham. I was there for about 8 months, and then I was transferred to the battalion which was stationed in Northern Ireland at the time. But I was only there for 6 weeks, and we transferred back over to Worcester, and we went from Worcester to Aden, which took us average on a troop ship, I should say, about 4 weeks. On the way we stopped in Cyprus, Malta, Gibraltar, so we days in places like that. The troop ship, there was 600 blokes on the troop ship. When we arrived in Aden in the height of summer, our duties were in the mornings, you worked from 6 in the morning till 10, that was your day's work. We had to take salt tablets and paladrine tablets and everything. But the company I was in was stationed up in what they call the Ratvan Mountains. We were only in Aden for 5 days, and we were up in the mountains. We were there for supposed to be 3 months at a time, and up there at a place called Dala, and we seen like the prisoners there. What they had then was holes in the ground, actually dug in the. When the people were arrested or anything like that, they were put down into these holes in the ground, and if a family didn't feed them, that was how the family carried on. We went from there to Hong Kong, and we were in Hong Kong which was a complete different theatre of operations, because it was in Aden, it was nothing but sand and dust and everywhere. It was in Hong Kong, it was civilised. We were up on the Chinese border. We used to do patrols on the Chinese border for 2 weeks at a time, 2 weeks on, 4 weeks off, 2 weeks on, 4 weeks off. We were there for 2.5 years. We went from there to Germany, which was a complete different theatre of operations entirely, because it was freezing cold in Germany, and it was always rough compared to Hong Kong. We thought it was terrible. I didn't really enjoy Germany. A place called Hamel, where the Pied Piper comes from, where the rats and supposed to have taken all the rats away. And after that I was medevac home to military hospital in London, and that's where I finished my service.